greeting mark down here, we're going to be looking at database and see how best you can actually create a database, run a query, and create different tables, add relationship to the tables, and all of that. So I'm going to guide you through this process step by step, right? So let us look at the instruction. We're going to guide us on, right? If you notice database, to open a blank database and save it as software, right? So we're going to open it and we're going to save it as software. So create a table and save it as student. So when you create a table, we're going to save it as student. You say how to create another table in the database and save it as school. So we're going to create another table in the database and we're going to name that as school. So how to enter data in the table. So the two tables, we're going to actually enter data in the table. I'm going to show you exactly how you can enter data in what way. Right? It's a create a form and save it. Right? So later you're going to create a form and then you're going to save it. It's a create a report and save it. Also, it's also the report that if the management asks you for this particular report, you can actually save it and give it to them. So create a relationship in the database, right? So this is going to be creating a relationship in between the two tables that you're going to create, right? And so we're going to query, which means that we want a specific information out of the table. So in order for us to get that, we have to run a query, right? First, let us go to the taskbar here. Notice access. So we're going to click on it and we're going to bring up a blank, right? And as I said, we're going to save it as software, right? So we're waiting on that particular scope, right? And notice that it said access. Notice it's a custom web right over here, right? Custom web, and notice it's a blank. All these are templates, different templates. If you notice, this one have to do with tracker, this one have to do with customer service, and this have to do with home inventory. Another inventory here. And if you scroll up, you notice you can see a host of them right here. But what we want to focus on is just the blank, right? You're going to click on this blank one, right? And if you notice right here, it's the name, right? Alright, I'm going to give it a name. It's software. It's software. Right, and I do that, I'm going to come right here. Let's look at folder here. I'm going to click on it, and this will take me exactly to the desktop. Right? Why to the desktop? Because that's where I'm going to save it. Right? And if you notice here, the window come up. So I come right to the scroll bar, take a time and scroll up, and then I click here on the desktop. If you notice this is set software, I'm going to click right here, right, and save it, and then it's a create now. So I click on the word create, right? So while I click on the word create now, this is what come up, right? This is what come up. So this itself is a blank database, right? You notice up here, you have the word file, you have the word home, create, extra data, database tool. All of these are tab, right? All of these are tab. So here you have when you click on one of these tabs, they bring up the ribbon. All of these are the ribbon, right? If you notice, these are ribbon. If you click on extra data, alright, just notice, bring up the ribbon. And each one you click on, you bring up the ribbon. So let us see what we have next. So create a table and save it as student. Right, so we're going to create a table now. Right, so we're going to create a table. First thing we want to come right here to create. Right, if you notice you have table here and you have table design. So you can actually do it in two different ways. I'm going to do it this way first. Table design. Right, so when I click right here, you notice it's a field name. Notice over here, so it's a data type, and where's the description. Alright, so I'm going to get a file property. Here it is, so now general lookup. Alright, so in the table now, I want to use the word ID, right? Right, so when I put the ID now, I can use that. So if I run a query, I want to know exactly. But what about if you have 5 person and 5 person last name ago? How do you distinguish between them? I may have a first name without same. The ID is what makes it different. So when I click over here, so the data type, and notice this set text. I can notice it on here, so it says field size, format, input mask, and all of that. But if I click right here, it will point up. Notice it's a long text, it says numbers, the auto number, and all that. So I'm going to click on auto number. When I click on auto number, right? Even if you miss, if you get to put in the ID number, it automatically put it in for you. Right? So below the ID, what I wanted to do now, I want to put first name, right? So first name is one word, right? So we're gonna put it like that. So when I finish that, now let me create this. Right? So as soon as I click right over here, if I notice immediately it said text. But if you notice right down here, so the P side, we don't want so much. So we're gonna click inside of it, right? I'm gonna move the 255. I'm gonna put 15, right? So as soon as I finish with that, right, you can also add a description where it stated that is first name, right? Click over here. So now, we're gonna look at that last name, right? I'm gonna put last name. We're gonna come over here. So now, right, you notice it said the same thing. Over here, so I want to actually change it again. I'm gonna put it into same 50 right there, right? So now notice I'll go back again, and then I'm gonna put the right address, right? Notice I put address, right? The same thing come up, address, but I want to move it. Sometimes some address can be long, so I want to move that. I want to put it at 20, right? Here now, I want to put a phone number, right? I'm gonna put a phone number here, right? Over here now. Alright, if you put text, you can add the space in between the number. But if you put number, you cannot add the space in between the number. Right? So I'm gonna let this be a text, right? I'm gonna move this, and I want to put it at least 7, right? So put it right here now. I'm gonna use the word state, right? Right, so I'm gonna put the word state here. Alright, put right here. I want to move the 5, and I can state there. Alright, so we're actually creating one table, but let us look and see what we must leave it as. Right, this we must leave it as student. Right, so let us go back again. Then the next thing again we want to do, we want our key first before saving. So we're going to click right here the ID. What's the purpose of the primary key? The primary key add link the tables them together. So since we are going to do a relationship, we want to ensure that the primary key is there. So when you click right here, then you can go right up here to the primary key and there click it. You notice it at the primary key. And I can come right at the screen. I can now click. You notice to bring up this little table. Alright, so I'm gonna type student, right, and I'm gonna press OK. Alright, and if you notice over here, your table appear. Alright, so what I'm gonna be doing definitely, alright, I'm gonna close this database here by coming right at this little pointer, right? Don't touch this. This close the sheet completely. This is what I close the table. Notice it shows you a blank again. Alright, alright. So in order for me to open the database, come right here and I will just double click. You notice it show your ID, it show your first name, it show your last name here, and notice it show your address and state. So what if you make a mistake like here, so you want to adjust it, right? Alright, the only thing you have to do is come right here to close it, come right here, right click, and then you look at the word design view. When you click on design view, it takes you same place back, right? So you can have just come right here and the adjustments, right? Good. And when you finish with it just like that, you just click back on this, right? And that's it. And you can actually close it, right? So very important. So you go back again and click and look and see exactly, right? You notice we also have another mistake right here. So you're going to close it. So very important that you view the table carefully, right? When you make a mistake, the one how you're going to change it. This is exactly what you're going to do. Change it, right? So let me take off one of the E here, upper name, right? And then I'm going to click right here again, save it, right? I'm going to close it again, and I'm going to double click here. If you notice, right, everything falls into place now. So actually close it now. So we're going to look at another instruction. Alright, so in the description, so how to create another table in the database. Save it as school. Alright, so we're going to look to see to create a different table. How we're going to create that? Alright, we're going to click at create. Right, you notice the first time we use table design. Right, I'm going to use this table. Right, and see exactly what taking place. Alright, so notice here, definitely what we can do now here, auto number. Alright, and see, right is what you can do. You can put the last name, the first name here. Well, let me not take this route. This route maybe look at the, let me go back to the original route first. Alright, let me click that and start the next one again. ID, right? If you notice over here, right, I'm going to put this to number. Right, if you notice I put this one, first one to auto number, but I'm going to put this one to number. You're going to see the difference. Right, the size it is a long integer. Right, so we're going to look at the same thing again. First name, right? Then notice put this one word, and let's come back over here again. We're going to change the size. Right, so we're going to move it. We're going to put it at 50. Right, so we're going to click here for the last name. Right, let us look at it carefully. Then we're going to click up over here. We're going to move it again. But we're going to go, we're going to put 50. Right, so we want to ensure that we have the right amount of money. Right, so for this one now, I'm going to slightly different than that one. Right, so I'm going to put state here. This one to text. Right, I'm going to put right, 25. I don't want to put 25. Let me put 5 here. 5 hours 7 there. I'm going to finish that now. As I said, primary key is very important. So when you click right here, I'm going to click and put in the primary key. I'm going to link all of these two tables together, right? And then I'm going to come right here. I'm going to click. Notice, right? And this is save it as school. So I'm going to write it, right? And then we're going to click. So take notice we have two tables here. Alright, so that is how we actually create and come right here and close it. So if I double click on this one now and I look, you notice it says ID, first name, last name, address, number, and state. But if I click on this one, notice if I click on this one that says school, you notice it have ID, number, first name, last name, and state. Don't have a first number, right? If you notice student is open, if I come right here and click on this one, you notice you know I click on this one. Alright, so in order for me to close this, I come right here, come right here, so and then I close it. Right, so let me look at the information and see what next. Right, so this one is now how to enter data into the table. Right, so let me go again. Now that I'm enter data in the table, I have to double click on it. Alright, and when you come right here now, I'm going to type a name. Right, so I'm going to type a name. And I'm going to use the arrow key and go to the right. Right, type in a last name. Use the arrow key again, bottom right. Right, I'm going to put NY, that is vanilla. Right, I can actually go back right over here and put the ID number, this one. If I come here, I can put the ID number, which is 2. Right, if I come right here, so I can add another name. Right, so you notice, I'm adding some other name. So I'm going to click over here, so I'm going to put in another name over here. So now I'm going to put in an N again and a Y, which is for New Jersey. Right, so I'm going to put in one more. Right, so another N and a Y. right? So we're going to come back over here. So we're going to put Johnson for this person, right? This particular person, we're going to come over here again. Want another first name, right? So we're going to put, right, on that one, right? So it just so best you can actually do that. So when I come over here, then actually put another ID. When I finish with all of that, I come right here and I save it, and then I close it, right? I want to click the next table, and I want to enter some data. All right, notice the next table I have to put in ID. All right, I'm going to click over it, so I'm going to show you the difference now with this one. All right, you're going to see different. All right, I'm going to go across. All right, and watch it carefully. All right, I'm going to go across. I'm going to put address. All right, so I'm going to say 2, fine. All right, and say ST. This is for street. All right, I'm going to go across. I'm going to put phone number. All right, notice I can actually do that. Right, I can actually do that. Right. You notice that it limit. So let me see. Right. You notice limit. So very important that you pay close attention to. You have to come back here and look at the design and see the number. Right. So what I was actually doing now is the phone number, right? You notice right here where the phone number is concerned, it's tab 7. Right, so this is what I think you want to put. Right, let me put it at 10. Right, and then I'm going to close it again. Right, and then I'm going to double click on it again. Right, so if you notice, right, number itself there. Right, very important that you pay close attention to this. For the state now, I can put with this one, New Jersey, just the same. Right, so I want to put something there, so no. So I want to put something here. Here. Alright, so we're going to come across now. We're going to put some phone number there. Alright, so we're going to put the next thing. Alright, so now we have the phone number. If you notice it, you notice right there the number add already. Alright, because the applicant auto number. Alright, so we're going to put I street here. Alright, so we're going to come across. Alright, so we're going to put a name here. Alright, and then we're going to put this one right here. Alright, what we wanted to do, we're going to save it here. Just like that. And then we're going to close it. Right, let us look at the instruction and see what next. Right, instructions to create a form and save it. Right, so we're going to create a form. We're going to create a form. Right, first we're going to click on the word create. Right, and you need to know which table you want to create a form for based upon the instruction that you have. Right, if you notice over here, it says form design, blank form. Notice form result, more form. If you click on this pointer, notice these are different forms. You can actually look at split form, data sheet, and all. So what we really want, we're going to click on this here, form design. When you click on form design, this is what comes up, right? But I don't want this one. So what I want to do the easier one, right? So when I click on the word form, when I click on the word form, then the waiting on it for it to come up. So what you're going to see exactly is all the data actually formatting it here. You notice here, the form, you notice it for the ID number here, you notice for the person first name, last name, address, phone number, and the state. So come all the way down at the bottom here. So you notice it says search, you notice here, And if I click like that, you notice it changed. And if I click like that, you notice it changed back again. So come right here. And I click, you notice. Alright, it's very important. So we're going to save that. So we're going to click right here. Can click right here and click right here. So what is it? Do you want to save the changes? Design a student and say yes. When I click on that, now it says student. So I would have said student form. Right, and then I click OK. Right, and I'm going to, if you notice right here, it says student form. Alright, so we want to click create one for school now. For school, right? So in order for me to do that, right, ensure that you click on the table that you want. So I'm going to click right here, and I click form. Right, if you notice it, alright, let me click and show you. Notice again now. Alright, let me go back right here. Alright, you notice it's history. Right, Susan Johnson, New York, and all that. Right, so I'm going to click right here. And ask me the same question. Do you want to save changes to this design of the form? Alright, and I say yes. Right, so we're going to name the school form. Right, and I'm going to press OK. Right, if you notice, we have student here, we have student here, we have school here. Notice if you have student form, that over here. So when you have this closed like this, blank like this, and the boss come to examine, as your while come to examine, over here this way I'm going to come. Double click to view all information. Right? So the next thing is to create a report and save it. Right? So we're going to create that report. Right? So school. Right? If we can create again. Alright, if you notice a report here, blank report, report result. But what we want is report. Right? Click on that. If you notice, the report show you one page, you notice, give you the number, you can actually click inside here, click you notice different, show exactly where you are, it show you when it create, right, at the time, and all of that. Good. So you can actually click here, or you can click this save icon, right, and ask me same question if I want to save the report, I say yes, right, so I'm going to click here, and student to a report, right, then I click OK, like that. If you notice, report here for school. Alright, you want to click on student, you want to do the same thing. Alright, so what you want the report, you click on report. If you notice, this particular report is bigger than the next one. If you print this, you want this to cut off. Here is out of the printable rate. You want to size it up. What you want to do, notice this, this have on the bracket to the cursor right here. Notice two angle arrow. And you come right like this to the left. You're going to click in this one, you're going to do the same thing. Like that, what you are doing the size of the column. Do the same thing like this. Try to like that. Notice it takes the time coming in. Alright, so we're going to do it for this one. We're going to commit some more. Nice. Alright, so we're going to do this for this one. Right, okay, go. Alright, so now this is in the printer real now. So if you print this, you will definitely get everything. Alright, if you notice, so when you create, alright, and click on this little arrow, the same thing. Alright, and I click that. So report here, set a student report, right, and then I'm going to press OK. Right, you notice things take time getting on. Right, let's just look at the instruction again and see what is the next thing. It's to create a relationship in database. Alright, now we're going to create a relationship now. Alright, so the next thing again, we're going to want to click on the word create. Right, so if you notice, definitely here in Indian, we have different here inside here. Right, per design and all of that, navigate and all of that. But what we want to create is relationship, so we're going to go over here. Right, notice we're going to go to database tool instead. Now this is your relationship. So we're going to click here. And notice is school and relationship. We're going to press add here. So we're going to click on in school now, and we're going to click add, and we're going to close it. Right? So we're going to create a relationship. Right? If you notice it, we did Notice the to ID. Alright, I'm going to put the cursor right there, going to go on the left side. I'm going to drag it over to this one. I'm going to click it like that. Notice the to ID come up, right? Notice the ID come up. I check create, cancel, join type, or create new. Right, so I'm going to click on word create. Alright, so notice actually create a between two, right? I can actually come right here and I can click here, right? And that, and then I click right here. Right, so there's a relationship between the here, right? So let us look at the instruction now. It's to run a query. How we're going to run a query? So let us see how best we can actually do that. Right, so we're going to run a query on student. So we're going to click on word create, right? And this is the set query. When I click on query, we bring up this particular window here. Right, so we want to run a query on school. So we're going to click word add. Notice the table add up here. We're going to click here, right? If you notice, we're going to close this itself. Right, I'm going to close it now. Notice this is the table. It's a field table start show criteria are right. So what I wanted to do, I want to put the ID. Right, I want to put the first name, last name, and then click on save. You notice this time I click on it, enter here. So I'm going to run it first. So this is word run. And I click word run. You notice you show everything right here. Alright, so very important. So if I click right here, you know exactly set one. Alright, so this now. So this is square one, so I can click that. Alright, you notice show that that's not gonna query. You notice it's sign and different. Alright, so we're gonna do a different section now in this one. Query, alright, so what we want now the query design. When you click on that now, alright, so what we want now, we notice you have the query have to do with school already. Alright, we do is student, add, and now what you want to do is to close it. Alright, so this one is going to be specific. Alright, I want the ID number, I want the last name here, and then I just need this data alone. Is this possible? Oh yes. Let me run it and show you exactly what is up. You know this? So anything you want, you definitely can run it. Alright, so if you have learned something from this video, please share and subscribe. Alright, see you in another video.